Paulie goes, Reggie Miller's such a nice guy, and then he steps on the court for a an improv three-point shooting contest, and all of a sudden, the old Reggie Miller came out there, man. Looked good.
Well, look, I was fine. This is almost like The Godfather. Once you were out, then they just drew me back in. Gio over here smiling at me, smirking. Yeah, I could take this old man down in a shooting contest. Gio, the last thing to ever leave a ball player is his shooting. I mean, I was trying to give him an opportunity, but I don't know if he was nervous or...
Well, he's a player for Texas San Antonio, so
the
Roadrunners.
No, really? He is? I want a scholarship there. Coach, if he is your starting point guard, I need a scholarship.
Yes, Paulie.
Dan, we got the big man, Kendall, and Gio from UTSA Roadrunners come down. They're going to help us
good
rebound.
Guys. They are good guys. Give it up, everyone.
But, Dan.
I'm only playing. Coach, Gio can play. Gio's all right.
Reggie Miller is
joking.
Dastardly.
Oh.
He brought out all the smack talk. I've never seen anything like that.
Once he started, he goes, I'm up 1-0, I'm up 2-0, I'm up 3-0, 4-0. Then I went, oh, this isn't good. And, this poor kid rolls out of bed, comes over here, and then he gets...
I just rolled out of bed. What? He's in a uniform. I'm in jeans and a tight sweater.
He went to bed in that uniform, ready for you today.
No, he just came from the club in that uniform. The way he was shooting, he just came from the club.
You didn't play with guys or play against guys who did that, did you?
Came straight from the club?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's the NBA. Of course. Of course you go in against guys who just rolled in, put on their shoes, and let's go.
Could you ever see, club stamps on a guy's hand?
Yes. Yes. The VIP entrance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Full introduction, Reggie proving once again, and he doesn't have to, one of the greatest shooters ever. Hall of Famer, Turner Sports NBA, and NCAA analyst. He's got the Thunder Spurs coming up tonight on TNT. And, of course, the Final Four and the National Championship can be seen exclusively on TBS and also Teamcast presentations on TNT and True TV. Good to see you, man. You look great.
Good to see you. Thank you guys for having me. I do consider myself the honorary fifth Danette, so it's always good to be with my brothers in person. I know we always do this conversation, when I'm in California, but it's good to actually see you guys and to have fun with you guys.
Well, we got nominated for Sports Emmy this
Congratulations.
show.
One more time. Yeah. Sports Emmy.
Yeah. And you
for the best.
So you'll get, if we win, you win.
When we win.
Yeah. I'm doing the Larry Bird three-point shooting contest.
Goodness.
If
we win this. Really?
Yes, I'm giving you a Sports Emmy. You get my Sports Emmy.
No, I don't want yours. You have like 25
I have a few of them.
Yeah, you have about 25
I sort of feel like Bill Russell with championships there. It's not fair.
Look like someone rolled out of bed with a little modesty this morning. I see that. Okay. I like that.
Thank you. No, if we win, you win because you're the...
No, we're a team. We work well off of one another.
And people did say, you call them the Danettes, that means they're women. And I go, and? What was your point? You're the one that came up with Danettes because I'm going to guess Michael and the Jordanaires.
Exactly.
Okay, so...
I thought of that because, we are all loyal followers of you. So we're like, you're Dan, and we're the Danettes. Like, you're Diana Ross, and, we're the
Supremes?
We're the Supremes.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah. No, but you came up with the nickname for these guys, and then
it has stuck. So
yeah, I know.
I'm glad to be the fifth one.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Well, number one, LaMarcus Aldridge. I really hope. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Settle down for MVP talk. Settle down. LaMarcus, please play tonight. I know he's questionable with the knee injury.
Oh boy.
San Antonio is scratching and clawing to get their way not only into the playoffs, but they've got to go 7-0 to, I believe it's a ridiculous, 17 or 18 straight 50-win seasons or something like that?
Yeah.
So that won't happen. They won't go 7-0, but I want LaMarcus to get better so he can play tonight. It's a huge game versus Russell Westbrook and the OKC Thunder for positioning in the Western Conference. So I want to see a great game tonight with LaMarcus. And it would be nice if Kawhi would make a cameo. I mean, come on. It'd be nice.
Reg, what is going on?
I
with
do
that?
not. I really wish I could put a finger on what is going on here. This has always been a great organization. Pop is fantastic.
Do you know Kawhi at all? I've never heard him interview. We'd never had him on.
Ever.
No.
I know him a little bit just because he's from the IE Riverside, and I've had a chance to talk to him a little bit. But I can't put a pulse on what's going on. I don't know if it's the injury. I don't know if there's bad blood. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I'll probably get a better sense when I get over to the arena and I get a chance to talk to some people. But we're talking about one of the top 5 players in our game that's missed
The entire
85% of the season.
Do you think he's here next year?
That's
a no.
If I got to think that long, I will say no. I hope not, because this has been a stable organization with superstars.
You hope that he doesn't leave.
I hope he doesn't leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great face for San Antonio. I hope he doesn't leave, but there's a lot of sharks in the water waiting. They're chumming this up. Out west, as you know, there's a team that is in desperation of a face.
But do you think the Lakers, like if they whiff in the offseason, like how important is this offseason?
If they don't get LeBron and or Paul George, Kawhi, I think it's going to be their number 1 target.
Does he feel like Los Angeles? I know, it's one thing to be from there, but he still feels like San Antonio, where, their stars are, they're kind of not anonymous, but they're quiet. They don't.
That's his demeanor.
Yes.
And really that's his game, other than when he goes crazy on the defensive end. I want Kawhi Leonard to be a lifetime Spur. That's what I want. I want to see that. I love when your best players are in small markets. I love LeBron James in Cleveland. That's why I was so disappointed when he went to Miami. You've got to have a balance of power. LA, Chicago, New York, Boston, the big markets, they always get the talent because people feel that's where your endorsements come. In today's age of social media, you don't need to be in a big market to be a superstar. So when you have the MVP, Russell Westbrook, in OKC, I like that. I think that's what's great about football and Aaron Rodgers being in Green Bay. I mean, you got to have superstars in small markets. Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, Greg Popovich, 5 championships. I love everything that's about the Spurs. I do.
Reggie Miller joining us here in San Antonio. Karl Anthony Towns went off again last night. If I said you could have Karl Anthony Towns or Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis.
Okay. I'm there too because he plays defense. He's I think he's more suited to today's end. Karl Anthony Towns like old school.
Oh, he's a throwback in his size and his athletic ability in that frame. The only knock on Davis is the injury bug.
Yeah.
I mean, can he stay healthy for a full season? But in terms of footwork, shooting the basketball, playing with his back to the basket, Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, how great is the center position? And I really don't consider Anthony Davis a center. I think he's more of a power forward. But you've got the Jokic from Denver, Joel Embiid. I mean, the young center position, which everyone's saying is a dinosaur now.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to come back a little bit. Now, those guys are gifted where they can all knock down threes and play outside the paint. But the center position is looking pretty good in the NBA.
And he put up, 56 last night, 15 rebounds. I think had 5 threes. Nobody's done that in 35 years.
Yeah, you said in 15 rebounds, like 56 and 15.
Yeah.
I mean.
But Anthony Davis has had a couple of those kind of games.
He had like a string of like 7 or 8 in a row where he had pumped himself into that MVP conversation.
But is he more valuable to his team considering what they've done than James? I think James Harden is going to win it. I think it's almost like the Academy Awards, like it's your time.
Right.
And I think that it's James Harden's time. I don't think you can convince me that he's more valuable than Anthony Davis. I know it's a better record, a better team, and a chance to win a championship. Anthony Davis, if you watch the Pelicans, it's tough to watch the Pelicans.
Especially after Boogie Cousins went down.
Yeah.
Though I will give contributions to Drew Holiday, who has played fantastic this year. He's resurrected his career there. But to your point, this is all about Meryl Streep should always win the Academy Award.
Nominated.
She's nominated every single year, and she should win every single year. But That's just not the case. I think this has been James Harden's years since the new year. It went in waves. When we first started in October, November, it was all about the Greek Freak. Oh my God, the Greek Freak.
Well, everybody was trying to shoehorn him in there.
Well, the first 3 weeks he was unbelievable.
Yeah, but he's not. People still say, "Oh, he's catching up to LeBron."
No. It's to me, it's LeBron and James. It's those two. I would kind of put Damian Lillard. No one's talking about Damian Lillard and what he's done with Portland.
That's true.
Over the last 2 months. Damian Lillard has been fantastic for Portland. I kind of had DeMar DeRozan in there a little bit for the success of Toronto. I put success of team. That's why I think James Harden will win it, just because he's been the best player on the best team.
So LeBron said he would vote for himself.
I love that.
I mean, and he should.
What is he supposed? You ask him a question,
but you want a guy who has confidence in. There's no fake humility there, and he's put up his best numbers at 34, 35.
15. Is it 14 or 15? Is this his 14th year? 14th year, and he's putting up these numbers in the association, playing 36 minutes a game. I mean, I could almost barely move in my 14th year getting out of bed.
But he's played 100 more games now than Michael Jordan played in his career.
Yeah.
He's already there, and he's got 4 or 5 more years.
And I know it's setting up the great debate on who is the greatest, and it's different rules, different eras, but people need to factor in, too, Olympic play for LeBron, All-Star games. I mean, these things add wear and tear on your tread.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, for him to be playing at this level for so many years, it's remarkable.
But it feels like LeBron's already won because we're bringing him into the conversation. You know,
I think his game has brought him into the conversation.
No, he deserves to be in the conversation. Right. It's just there's a certain age bracket where they're going to shut you down when you say, LeBron is. I think LeBron's a better all-around player than Mike. Not a better player, better all-around player.
I would probably agree with you on that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that big a stretch.
No, it's not.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to know. What do you think Michael Jordan truly feels about these comparisons, or if somebody brings up LeBron James? Like the true Michael Jordan.
Well, you see what I did to Gio? Yeah. So you saw how I talked to Gio, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you it is 20 times worse if you were Michael Jordan and I'm like, hey, so what do you think about LeBron? You think about?
Come on, man.
He would absolutely.
You're better than that.
He would treat.
He would
go off. Yes, that's just the competitor in him. He never took a backseat to anyone. Hate the dude, can't stand the dude, but I can't fault the dude. I can't fault him, but
he's not any different on the court than he is off the court, is he?
He's a shrewd businessman too.
Oh, yeah.
He's a billionaire for a reason.
He never asked you to go into business with him?
Absolutely not. He never asked me to wear Jordans. Thanks. He didn't want to see that tongue looking right back at him when I was going by him.
Would you have worn the Jordans?
I did wear the Jordans.
Oh.
I did wear the Jordans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, towards the end of his career and when he went to Washington, that's when he kind of started to form Jordan Brand. And
it was safer to do it.
And it wasn't Mike that asked me. It was a person that knows the person that knows the person that asked me to wear Jordan Brand. Mike would never ask me to wear Jordan Brand.
Did he say anything when he saw you wearing them?
Maybe nice shoes. As a dig, like nice shoes. I'm like, I'm telling you, if he walked in here right now, me and Gio versus Scotty and what's 31's name? Cadell?
So you and Gio against Mike and.
Well, I don't know. Gio, you gonna make a shot? Gio, if I pass you the ball, can you make a wide open shot, Gio? No, you can't. No, you ain't guarding Mike, Gio. No. Let the heavy lifting over here, all right?
Gio's regretting rolling out of bed in college, show up and get exposed.
You can't hang with the Owls and expect to fly with the Eagles, Gio. Get your rest, all right?
Whoa.
Get your rest.
Whoa.
If you're going to come from the king, you better come heavy, all right? All right? He's out here just like chilling at night. He's on the Ferris wheel all night. Just chilling. Oh, I'm going to go shoot Reggie Miller. Yeah. It's going to be nothing. Okay. All right.
And you were talking about Jordan being a jerk on the court.
Right. So imagine how I'm talking now. That's how Michael Jordan used to talk to me. Now, as loquacious as I'm talking now, MJ used to give this to me. Yes. So imagine that.
Did he ever say anything nice to you?
No. Y'all bringing up memories. I'm not ready to really snap. And
What's the story you haven't told?
I'm not going to go there. No.
Oh, I thought I had you.
No.
How about the last show?
The last show, yeah.
The last show?
I'll tell you what, when we win our Emmy, and that next Monday when we do our show.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
when we win our Emmy.
Second week in May. What if we don't win the Emmy?
You will never hear that story.
What's the story we'll hear if?
You'll hear like a nice G-rated.
Oh, okay.
Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan story.
How about if Loyola wins the title?
You can hear. Okay, who I want to win, I want Loyola to win.
Yeah.
I think they have that Hoosier type feel to this tournament. I want Loyola to win. Who do I think will win? Last time I was on your show in person, I picked Villanova because no one was picking them in that Final Four at that particular time, and they ended up winning. Jay Wright, I think, and Jalen Brunson has those guys locked in. I'm going with Villanova to win it. They will win it, but I want Loyola. I just want that small. I like small town, guys. I like when the underdog has a shot to win.
I do too.
Versus the big boys, right? It's not what we want in America.
Yeah. Who was in the Final Four? In fact, let's take a break. Can we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Now, during the live look-in, if you're watching on TV, I want you to show me what James Harden does and how he gets away with things.
You got it.
Okay?
You mean
There's a couple things he does. And he's never called on it.
Okay.
I want to know the secrets of this.
You got it.
All right.
No problem.
The Danettes will play defense on Reg. Yes.
Or do you want us to guard the Riverwalk? Because Gio might be taking some shots, and I don't want to get the ball wet. It's about 20 feet from the rim.
You know what?
You got the Danettes taking shots at you. You got the Danettes.
I know he can't hit the ocean, but he might hit this river over here.
Oh,
you know
Gio.
what? Poor Gio.
Gio.
Gio versus McLovin coming up next live look in here. By the way, when somebody talks about your jumper being wet, it's usually that you're making shots. With Gio, it could be wet going into the Riverwalk.
Oh, Gio.
Whoa. We'll take a break. More with Reggie Miller right after this on the Dan Patrick Show.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Right here, this dock.
There we go.
Okay, here we go.
You got this. Come on, Gio. Gio.
Okay, let's go, McLovin.
Come on.
Gio, come on.
He's up one.
There it is.
There we
Yay! There you go, kid.
All right, 1-1.
Here we go.
Let's go. 1-1.
Oh!
Love it. Oh! This is going to be a rough day on campus.
Oh!
Rough day for you.
Oh!
One more shot.
One more shot.
This is a rough day for you. Oh, you can tie it. You can tie it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I was up one.
Okay. Let's do it too.
Oh!
McLovin.
Deadly.
I got 4 years eligibility. UTSA.
Hey, Reg, real quick before we wrap, I want to show you when I play pickup hoop, this is how it looked like.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's my entire childhood career.
Reggie Miller putting on a shooting clinic, and then McLovin started to put on a shooting clinic. Now I know why Texas San Antonio didn't make the tournament. Some of their players are here. Yeah.
What was y'all's record, Gio? 20-15?
That's not bad. Poor
Who
Gio.
won your conference? Who won your conference? Oh, okay.
Gio scored 9 points a game, by the way. He's legit.
Yeah.
He did not score 9 points a game. Ain't no way in heck Gio averaged 9 points a game.
Poor Gio shows up as
Gio's my man.
Gio,
his Instagram and Snapchat has gone up by 100 follows right now because the ladies love Gio.
Oh, yeah, they do.
All right?
All right.
Now.
So Reg was putting on a little bit of a clinic. We're giving away tickets down here. And then McLovin wanted a piece of Gio, who plays for the
Gio.
the Roadrunners. I was waiting for Fritzy to want a piece of it.
Gio.
I was saving the hook shot.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
But we do have our first person who's going to attempt that shot.
Next
So,
break, we're going to
Are you ready?
give away tickets. We're
You
going
feel
to
good?
at least try to.
Hey, do some jumping jacks, push-ups, do something. Stay warm.
Who was the Final Four your senior year?
My senior year?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I can't remember my senior.
But you went to the tournament once.
Once. My senior year, we lost to Finis Dimbo and the Wyoming Cowboys.
They had the big guy, Eric.
Eric
Lechner?
Lechner?
Yeah. Isn't it weird that there's certain players that you just remember their names?
Finis Dimbo, we got him drafted. That game got him drafted in the first round.
What was it about? Because I thought he was a scorer. I didn't think he was a great shooter, but it was just, they were on a roll.
He was a good all-around player. They had a solid big man in Eric, but Finis Dimbo put on an absolute shooting clinic versus us. And as they always say, you never underestimate your opponent and you never want to look ahead.
No.
Personally, we were looking ahead. I will say I was looking ahead because I was the best player on the team, because if we would have beat Wyoming, we would have faced up versus UNLV. And we never, UNLV at the time, because that was UNLV who was under Coach Tarkanian. They had those great teams. And UCLA and UNLV never wanted to play one another because they were in recruiting battles. So we were like, okay, finally we get to play UNLV.
But this wasn't Larry Johnson, Stacy.
No,
you had
no.
Armin Gilliam?
Armin Gillian, yes. So it was that
okay.
team.
Okay. Because the one with Stacy and Larry,
They were good.
They were some bad dudes there.
They went against Duke and Grant and Lechner and
But
Hurley.
who do you think was more impactful, that UNLV team or the Fab Five? Culturally.
Oh, culturally, the Fab Five.
Okay.
They changed college basketball.
Who was a better team?
Well, UNLV won, one or two championships?
They won one and then lost.
Yeah. I mean, they won the championship, so you got to go to the team that actually won it.
Okay. But that didn't mean they're better. They were just better that year.
Greg Anthony, Grandmama, Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogden. They were pretty good.
Anderson Hunt.
Anderson Hunt, a shooter, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
But
good.
they played defense. Like when you think of,
Right.
everybody thought it was running Rebels, but what Tark did get them to do is they played great. I mean, Augman was a great defender.
But we can't put what Michigan did with 5 freshmen to reach back-to-back Final Fours. I don't think will almost never be done again. I mean, I think Kentucky came close when they won it that young 1 year. Were they all freshmen when they won it under Coach K with the Brow?
Oh, with Calipari?
They weren't all freshmen.
No.
Right?
No.
But
It's still pretty amazing that you had 5 freshmen. And they had attitude, they had swag.
they had swag, the baggy, the black socks.
But do you think that it felt like it was Jalen Rose's team? Weber was the star, but Rose sort of gave them that attitude.
I would probably agree with you on that.
Because
yes.
Weber doesn't seem like he's that. I mean, I think that he fed off. It's almost like Kareem fed off Magic a little bit there. Magic
Correct.
got him excited, and it feels like Weber did a little bit
Boudini
with
Brown,
Jake.
who was Muhammad
Ali.
Yes, I think Jalen was
Bundini Brown.
Bundini Brown. Yes, yes.
I wanted you to explain this, if you can, what James Harden does. Because I show this to the Danettes all the time, where I go, "What? James Harden doesn't look like he's doing anything, but he gets around everybody. He scores whenever he wants to."
Well, he is deceptively quick, which people don't think. When you look at his body, you think he may be a little he's not pudgy, but you think he's a little bit overweight. He has the strength because his forearms are so strong. He lowers his shoulder every single time he gets either a step with you or a step ahead of you. And once you try to close on him, he's putting his shoulder. He's the one that's initiating, I would say.
Show it with McLovin, if you
Most
can
of the
demonstrate,
contact.
if you're watching. So, I mean, Reg is still explaining it, though, if you're on listening on radio. But because
Who's going to hit it over there?
Oh, that's cool. So look, most of the time when James is, let's go this way since he's left-handed. So you're playing in front of him.
Yeah.
Once he starts like this and you close the gap, his point is, I want your body to get on my body. He wants to feel you. Most great scorers in the NBA, they need contact. People think, oh my God, I need to create space to get my shot off. James Harden wants you to have contact on him because that way he can feel you.
Then he can
guide
create
you.
space too.
Right. And then once he knows the shot he wants, that's when he travels, which they never call. When he does that two-step, now look how far away I am from the defender.
Yeah.
And he shoots the three.
Yes.
So I want to create that space and then
then you shoot the shot.
Shot.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times when he's in the lane and while he gets fouled all the time, a former player of mine, Detlef Shrimp, used to do this all the time. Bring the ball down and try to swipe. See how I changed it at the last second? At the last second? So I'm going up, and that's how he gets the call every single time. Because when you come down to swipe and you think you're going to get it, so you're going up.
How would you draw these fake fouls? Oh, you do the leg thing?
Try to come near me.
Checking. but don't you think, okay, should Dirk Nowitzki be able to get away with that extended foot?
Because the reason why his is direct line like this. So he's fading away with the knee right into your midsection.
Should he be able to do that? Ooh, Reg. Should.
Yes, he should
He
be able
should
to get
be.
Yes, he should.
Okay.
He should.
Okay, is Harden, we always talk about somebody's unstoppable. It feels like Harden is getting into that
He's getting
short
into
list.
the Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan.
Who else was unstoppable?
Michael, Shaq, Wilt, and before they outlawed the crossover and they really changed it back, AI. Because AI carried on his crossover until they changed the rule. But I would say those guys you could not guard them because it wasn't fair. But they really put a lot of pressure on the officials because you could call a foul on every play with those guys.
Yeah, Harden's getting in because he can shoot the three.
Yeah.
He can drive. He can shoot free throws.
And then you have finishers like Nene and Clint Capella. When the bigs comes up, he just throws it to the rim, and that's why he's averaging 10, 11 assists a game.
What was it like to try to guard Iverson?
It wasn't pretty because we had young AI when we faced him in the playoffs. And that's before they outlawed it. And he took, he was so high. First of all, he's about this big. And he was so high on his crossover. And he was like, and you're like.
It looks like Reggie's dancing with the salsa here.
What? Like, what? Dance with the song? I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Yeah. So that's not fair.
Not fair, right?
But
Not fair.
But he crosses Jordan over and then crosses him over
Twice
again.
in that play. Twice.
And Mike almost got a piece of that shot. But Mike had to be really angry.
And did you see
at him.
how low, and you can run this, Paulie, when you show that, look how low, because when you say Michael almost got it, look how low Michael's hand is when he crosses the ball. That's how low Iverson was on that cross. And Michael's hand is almost touching the floor.
Yeah.
It's almost like the ball goes under his hand. Oh, no, guys.
Oh, no. We were trying to pick up the sound on your microphone.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, 'cause
Sorry. Sorry.
You leaned off that microphone.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah. So Reggie Miller joining us here. I don't know what else we need to cover here that we haven't
I am
covered.
just so glad to be here in San Antonio with this awesome crowd. This is great.
You put on a
For those of
shooting clinic.
you, obviously our games are exclusively for the Final Four on TBS on Saturday and Monday. But tonight, if you want some basketball action, head on over to watch the Spurs versus the Thunder. All right, it's going to be a great one. The reigning MVP, Russell Westbrook. We hope LaMarcus Aldridge plays. But come on down and let's have some fun.
Now, McLevin's all in on Oklahoma City. And I told him.
Wait. Yes, I think they're dangerous, but you always do this. Now it makes it seem like I'm all in on Oklahoma City.
Wait.
They are a dangerous out in a 7-game series. I mean, during the regular season, I think they've been trying to, I know we keep saying this, trying to find themselves and is this three-headed monster really going to work? But once you get to the playoffs and there's no back-to-backs, there's really no travel restrictions, they will be a tough out.
Should I be all in on them? Maybe this is a good idea.
It's a tough out.
I don't think you should be
They
all in
won't
on.
win the West, but they're a tough out, especially what's going on with they won't beat Golden State. But the injuries concern me. We've talked about this. I said in October, hands down, Golden State was going to win this, barring major injury. Well, we see the major injury bug bite them a little bit. It'll be interesting to go on. To me, it's still a two-headed race between Houston and Golden State, but I sure do want to see that in the Western Conference Finals. That would be an unbelievable matchup.
Are you the all-time leading scorer with the Pacers? What?
Who else would be?
Well, like from the ABA days. Like no?
Mel Daniels?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
You're the all-time leading scorer?
Yes.
All right. Well, congratulations, Red.
I woke up out of bed with a little bit of modesty, too. I rolled out of bed with a little modesty, too.
Reggie Aloysius Miller Jr. III. Coming up, Doug Gottlieb will stop by. Frank Martin, South Carolina head coach. Seth Davis from CBS will stop by as well. Reg giving hugs to the Roadrunners of Texas, San Antonio. 1 hour in the books, 2 more to go.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.